recording?
It's done.
Oh, it's done. So thanks everyone for coming in. I appreciate your support today. So we're going to have a short introduction and then a quick brief in our agenda on how to use the virtual classroom tools. You hear about some websites that are available to you and your family for when you travel or when you go to visit your military member when they're deployed. That's important too. I'll introduce to you the CF1 card and give you tips on how to start planning your vacation and save money while enjoying your time. We'll have a quick, well not quick, but we'll have a question and answer time and then an evaluation at the evaluations at the end. So that will help, your feedback helps improve our future sessions. So with that, let's continue on. Let's get started. So I think most of our participants know who I am, but I'll give a quick introduction. So I'm Tammy Kingston, the Outreach Coordinator, working with Barb Braggs in the Military Family Service US team. I currently reside in San Diego on an OutCan posting. I have 24 years experience working and helping to support military families across Canada. And now in the great USA, I'm jack of all trades due to the nature of my lifestyle with many moves across the country and now one in the USA. I'm extremely excited to be learning a new role with the virtual classroom as it allows me to be part of a team that brings programs far and wide to reach more of our remote families posted in the US. This presentation is my final project for the course called Adopting a Live Presentation to a Virtual Audience. I chose to do my final presentation on military lodging facilities for vacation travel, as I love to travel and meet people, and the best thing I like to do is share information for all families so they can also enjoy. So I'll introduce over to you, Joanna.
Well, hi everybody. I think you all know me, but again, Joanne Church, Virtual Program Developer for US and Yellowknife. But for those of you who don't know, I also am the co-facilitator of the 8-week course, Live to Virtual, where we train people how to develop virtual programs and to make them engaging and exciting for participants. And so this, as Tammy said, is her final project. And so we're really excited to have you here to support her in this. But at the same hand, as MFSCs, you are going to be getting some great information that you can use for your own families, but also for referral information for your families in your location. And so I'm really excited to be helping Tammy present this today. And we will be asking you to do a short survey at the end to give Tammy some feedback. And definitely just be kind to her. She has worked really hard these last 8 weeks. I mean, most people, while they're out having fun this summer, she was taking a course all summer long. And yep, Shauna, you too. So we just really appreciate everybody coming today. And thank you. And we'll get started.
Great, thank you. And I love also working with Joanna and Margaret. They've been great support during this course, so I highly recommend it to anyone who is interested in taking it. So we'll go into introductions. So when I call upon you, if you could please let us know where you're located, the reason that you joined in today, and where you'd like to go on your next vacation. So we'll start with Kate. Hi, Kate. So Kate, if you could just, excellent. Thanks, Kate. Hi. If you could just tell us where you're located, the reason that you joined in today, and where you'd like to go on your next vacation, please.
Okay. I'm in Tyndall right now, in Florida. My reason for joining today was because it looks like an interesting topic, and I'm hoping to get more information for our families. For vacation ideas, I think people are getting sick of Disney World. And where would I like to go on my next vacation? I would like to go back to New Orleans. I was there last year. It was amazing. So I'd like to do it again this year.
Oh, awesome. I've never been to New Orleans.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, I mean, it's a place I would love to visit, so you never know.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky living down here. It's only a 5-hour drive from here, so you can just go up for the weekend and stuff. It's kind of great.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kim.
Hi, my name is Kim. My location is GBLM in Washington State. The reason for joining is for encouraging is also because it's an interesting topic, and I have a lot of family looking at doing trips and stuff, and the vacation money would disappear pretty quickly. So people are, always want to know nice way they can save. And for my next vacation, we're looking at a Panama cruise, but before that, it's probably going to be Vegas. So.
Very cool. Very cool. And Shauna?
Hello, I am at Tinker Air Force Base. My reason for joining in today is that Tammy and I supported each other for our final projects, but more than that, this is a topic that I would have loved to have known even 3 years ago when we first got here, so I'm really looking forward to it, and again, sharing this also with the community. We're right in the middle of the States here, so this is a good location for going here and there and everywhere. And where we would like to go, my husband and I are actually booked. We are going to England at the end of October. So this is perfect because we do not have a lot of places to stay yet, and we're going to be there for 11 nights. So I think we have 2 hotels booked, and that is it. And that's just because they're right by the airport. But I can't wait to know where I can go to get some of that information.
Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Well, I hope to provide you with some great information for you to find some great places in England or Panama cruise.
Yeah.
All these places. Thank you, Shauna. And Valerie.
Hi, I'm Valerie. I'm in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. The reason for joining is to help family giving some tricks because the only place where we can go, we have to take the airplane. So that would be great to give them some tips and also personally to know like where can I get cheap, not cheap travel, but I mean like where can I save money. And my next trip, we're planning to go on the Big Island for fall break and probably Peru in March. So any tricks again will be welcome.
Awesome. I hope. Great. And I agree with Shauna. I want to go to Hawaii too. I love Hawaii.
So Tammy, is that where you would like to go for your next vacation?
Are you asking me?
I sure am.
You know what? My next vacation is Europe, is where I want to go. So I've been to England, Germany, and France, but I would love to go to Italy. So that is my next vacation for my 25th wedding anniversary. We'll be heading to Italy. So absolutely. Yeah. So, and I see that Kim is she's going to Hawaii in November. How awesome!
How can you forget that, Kim? How do you forget you're going to Hawaii?
It seems to me that once your trip is paid, you're just planning the next one, right? So again, I totally forgot about that.
That's fantastic.
So I see we have a great group from, well, starting in San Diego. We have Florida, Tacoma, Washington, Oklahoma, and Hawaii. Look at us go. Whoop, whoop. All over. So we'll continue on. I'm going to set the stage for virtual learning with a quick brief on a few of the ground rules that are common in our virtual classroom. So in a live classroom, the ground rules may include where to smoke or go to the bathroom, parking lot, etc. And in a virtual classroom, there are a few ground rules that we'd like to go over as well. So please log in 10 minutes prior to the session, which most of you did, so thank you so much for that. Turn off your email and other distractions. Participate in the discussions. Fill in the evaluation at the end to give us some feedback on the sessions. And Bring your sense of adventure. If you look over by the right-hand side of your screen, you will see the participants panel. This is where you'll see all the attendees and where you'll see communication icons next to the name, which I will be showing you in a minute. Here you can also mute or unmute just by clicking on the microphone icon. Let's give that a try. So if everyone can click on your mute button and then click on it again to unmute. I know most of us in this group are very familiar with this. And Shauna, you're mute and unmute. Maybe you already did it.
I was fast.
There you go. Thank you.
I'm
so
super
fast.
speedy.
That's that Mac. So in the lower right-hand corner of your monitor, you'll find the chat feature. It works much like instant messaging, and some of you had some practice with this already earlier. So if you select all participants from the drop-down menu, raise your hand if you can tell me the difference between chatting all participants and all panelists. Valerie.
Well, main difference is that you can do a private message to someone, or you can write to everyone, so everyone can see what you're writing.
Great. So all participants is the entire classroom, while panelists are the presenter, host, and the producer only. You can send a private chat to the host, the presenter, or any participant. The recording will not record private chats. We always caution participants with private chat, please do not say anything that you don't want the whole class to hear, as sometimes we make a mistake and a message might not be appropriate for all. For the most part, choose all participants because chances are if you have a comment, so will another participant. And don't hesitate to use chat anytime during the presentation, which I see you all doing, and I thank you for that. At the bottom of the participants panel is the menu bar with pictures of tools. Each picture is a toggle. So you'd push it once to activate, and you'd push it again to put it away. So let's give it a try. Everyone click on the raised hand icon once. And notice how it shows up next to your name in the participants panel. Now to put it away, simply click it again. You can do the same with the green check, with the red X, to answer yes and no questions. For example, who here has ever traveled to California? Give me a green check if yes, or a red X if no. Ooh. Well, you have
now that we know you're there, Tammy, we might all want to come for a visit.
I was going to say, I totally welcome all families to San Diego while I'm here. And I love people, and I'd love to have, have your family here in San Diego. So I see a lot of X's. I think it was Kim. Kim has been to California.
Yeah,
Kim, whereabouts have you been? Hi, Kim. Where have you been in California?
We went to Legoland, Disneyland. We took a SpaceX flight, a free flight from Tacoma to Travis Air Force Base. And from there, we just rented a car, and we did basically almost all the coast. And when we came back, we did more the northern part of California.
Oh, fantastic. And Sean, I see you have a question?
Well, it's not so much a question, but we landed at the airport, LAX, one time, and so that I've been to California, but I have to tell you a very sad story. Since we've been here, my husband has been trying to get to California. We have a fifth wheel, so we would drive all the way to California and then stay there for a couple of weeks and come back. And every time he starts to plan it, we either have to go back to Canada, or somebody's getting married, or, our son decides to come down for vacation and can't go that long. So he is just, and he never lets me forget that since we've been here, we've been trying to get to California. So we may get there next spring. We're going to try.
Excellent. Well, you have a place here in San Diego to park your fifth wheel, or if you would rather not bring your fifth wheel, you have a place to park your family.
Fantastic.
So, great. So at the end of the menu bar, you'll see the happy face, which is the emoticon tool. And beside the happy face, you'll see a black arrow. You will see this arrow in many of the tools. It's called the drop-down menu. And if you click on the drop-down menu, beside the happy face, you will see a choice of emoticons. If you hover, hold your mouse over any of the symbols, you'll see its name. Okay, so Kate. Okay, I have a question for you. I see you're sleeping. Okay, so if you use the coffee cup every time they leave the session, I see Kate sleeping there. So we ask the participants to use the coffee cup every time they leave the session so that the presenter knows that the participants have stepped away from their desk and you're not having IT issues. So those are just a few of the ways that we can see your body language when we're in an online classroom. And another little point I'd like to add is if you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a blue and green ball, the Cisco ball. If you click on that ball, it will bring you right back to your presentation. So if you give me a green check if you can see that ball. Okay. And Valerie, it's right at the very bottom.
It's in where all your icons are on your computer, not in the WebEx classroom, but actually on your computer. Where you see like your Word icon and your email icon and your browser icon. There you go.
Excellent. Thank you, Joanna. There. Excellent. Well, great. Because I find if you're clicking along and you happen to lose your space in your presentation, it's like, how do I get back? That is one of the ways. You click onto that little ball and it will bring you right back to your presentation. So let me draw your attention to the top left-hand side of the screen. We have a toolbar with some pictures icons. And I've popped out an image of it so you know what you're looking for. These are the whiteboard tools. The big thick arrow is called a pointer. Everyone, click on your pointer tool, and then please click your mouse down to the screen somewhere around the plane. There we go. How pretty and colorful. And to the right of the pointer icon is the letter T. That is the text tool. Click on the T, and then click next to your pointer and type your name. Make sure you click away so we can see your answer when you're done. And if you get to the end of the sentence, hit Enter. Or you come to the end of the line, press Enter to go to the next line. If you're using yellow, which I see Kim's got yellow there, or some, and Kate, so if you're using yellow, please find the color change box in the whiteboard toolbar. Choose another color from the drop-down menu so that we can see. Excellent. Thanks, Kate. Kim, do you see that? Excellent, great, thanks. Okay, so using the text tool, please answer the question. If you had wings, where would you fly to and why? Oh. That's beautiful.
Oh.
Love that. Top of the mountain of Remote Island. To heaven to see my mom. I wish we could all do that, to see some special people in our lives.
That made me a little teary-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, me too.
That was not my point, sorry.
That's okay, it was nice.
It's just the first thing that came to my mind, so.
Oh, such a good
Oh, now I can't think of anything now.
I miss my parents.
I know. We all want to fly to heaven to see your mom. See a special person. Scotland. See your grandparents' hometown. Nice. Shauna, where's home?
Minnedosa, Manitoba.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Never been there. I've been to Manitoba, but I haven't been to.
It's a little town sort of 2 hours west of Winnipeg.
Oh, cool. Great. So these are just a few more ways to ensure active participation in a virtual classroom. So now I'm going to present, we'll start our presentation. The CF1 card, which is becoming what we call becoming what I call a one-stop shopping card. And reasons for that is for CanX rewards points, CF appreciation program, and soon it will be PSP for sports, fitness, and recreation programs, services at bases and wings across Canada. It provides memberships, info for messes, etc. And you can use it in Canada and the US for discounts. The CF appreciation program grows daily to include thousands of industry partners at locations locally, nationally, and internationally. Whether planning a vacation, shopping for a new car, or just looking for an evening on the town, CF appreciation offers will help you have fun for less. I'm now going to have Joanna share her web browser and show you what the CF appreciation website looks like. Thanks, Joanna.
Sorry, guys, I pasted it in the middle.
Yep. Thanks, Joanna. Okay, so when you go on, so you'll hit your language, so for English, and you'll come into the main part, and you'll have discounts, special events. So if you click on the discount menu option, we'll bring you up to this site, which is your CF1 card number. So you'd click your number in here, your password, and then you'd submit. If you don't have a CF1 card, it says don't have a CF1 card, apply now over to the left-hand side of the image of CF1, and it says forgot your password, so you could click here, retrieve it. And over to the far right-hand side has accommodations, attractions, entertainment, dining, house and home, recreation shops, services, and travel. You'd click on there. And once you click on that site, once you've got your CF1 card number entered in, it's going to take you into discounts for those categories. And so you can search, like I said, locally, nationally for goods and services provided of your choice. So you can, oh, there you go. Great. Thanks, Joanna. You can find services for United States. And one of the military families stayed at a 4-star for $365 for a week, all inclusive. So that was shared by Margaret in our earlier session. So isn't that awesome? And you can see there for $349, we got it here. So give me a smile.
I was just going to say, for I think it was Kim who's doing the Panama cruise. Yes. So if you go back here to the Armed Forces Vacation Club, so CF Appreciation is partnered with the Armed Forces Vacation Club, which is a U.S.-based company, as well as something called Government Vacation Rewards. And so if you get your CF1 appreciation card, log in, and then link to either Armed Forces Vacation Club or the Government Vacation Rewards, both of those offer cruises for military families at discounted prices. So that would be where you would, in particular, want to look.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's, as you can see, there's lots of discounts that are offered with that CF1 card. So if you don't have one, you can see why you might want to get one. So can you give me a smiley face for if you have a CF1 card, just out of interest, please? Excellent. Shauna? So
yeah,
Shauna?
we actually, I just applied for it, I think maybe a month and a half ago. And I think it was because we started talking about it maybe in our class, I think. Maybe you had mentioned it, Tammy, the one day, and then that got me thinking. And yeah, I applied for it. Super easy to do, and yeah, I'm very excited. So I'm excited to use it now.
Excellent.
Any question?
Thanks for sharing that, Shauna. Kim?
Is it like a reward card or credit card?
No, it's not a credit card. It's a discount card. They also have your Canucks rewards points are actually all on this one card, because years ago you used to have your Canucks rewards card.
Yeah,
right?
I have
so
it.
now,
can I just transfer, or because we have the Canucks reward card, but we just haven't used it for so long. But we have this one.
Right. So when you register on this site for the CF1 card, they will sign you up, and my understanding is your points will just transfer over to that CF1 card once you register. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great.
I think too, in promoting this to your families, because a lot of them might be like, well, why would we need that CF1 card? We're in the States, we already get these discounts, et cetera, et cetera. But really, when you find out that you can get extra discounts by using the CF1 card to access those same U.S. sites, I think that really is a plus. Plus, you build up, any of those Canucks rewards points as well. So definitely, it's worth doing, and they will send to the United States. So if they go online and do their registration, they will mail these directly to them in the U.S.
And it only took a couple of weeks for me to get my card, so it was really fast.
Excellent. And it's a good question, because, I mean, sometimes when you see these kind of cards, you're thinking, is it a credit card? So that was a really good question. So thanks for asking that. So what lodging is available to you? Big question. So what are these? Give me a green check if you'd like to share what it is, and if you've been to one of these on the screen. Installation lodging, recreational facilities, resorts, or non-government owned hotels.
Tammy, did you advance the slide already?
We're on.
It could just be me. Maybe yes, that's right, because you don't have the ball. So hold on one second. I'm going to pass you back the ball.
Okay, so there you go. Sorry about that.
And now put us on slide 11.
Oh my God, I'll think so.
Now just move us to slide 11 and you're good to go. Sorry about that. My bad for not giving you that ball back.
Fun times. It's all training, and it's good to know. I'll make sure I have that little blue ball there. Okay, moving right along.
There
so what lodging is available to you? Now that you can all see it, I apologize for that. So you see installation lodging, recreational facilities, resorts, non-government owned hotels, and you have the Halekoa in Hawaii, and then we have some lodging cottages as well that are actually in various places throughout the state. So has anyone been to any of these? If you give me a green check. Wow. Joanna.
Yeah, when we were stationed in the U.S., we stayed at one of the, they had cottages. They were bigger than cottages. They were like small homes on the Pacific Ocean, and it was like $40 a night. It was super cheap, and that was through the U.S. military MWR.
Excellent. And Shauna?
When we actually couldn't book into the Halekoa, when we lived up in Alaska, we were going to Hawaii. But we did go, and because we were allowed to go in the pool and stuff, so we actually went to the pool. We had a couple of pina coladas at the bar, and we got to go to the ITT office there and get some great discounts while we were in Hawaii. So even though we had not booked ahead of, and I guess you had to book, I think it's a year and a half or something like that, or at least at that time it was like a year and a half. But it was a fantastic facility, and we were really wishing we could have stayed there. But we did drink their alcohol, so it was good.
Excellent. And I see Kim saying that she stayed at the Bellows in Hawaii. Kim, would you like to share that?
Well, we haven't been there yet. That's where we're going to be staying in November.
Oh,
so
nice.
last year we had a 1-week reservation on one of the cottage on the beach, and we have also this year we have like the street behind. It's not on the beach, but it's $75 a night. Like you can do the kitchen and everything.
Excellent. And I see Valerie has saying there's lots of discounts for military members in Hawaii, and Val, you raise a great point, and there are actually a lot of discounts in Hawaii. I've actually spent a lot of time in Hawaii. I've never lived there, but my spouse does a lot of work out of Hawaii with the submarines, and I've done a lot of vacationing in Hawaii while he's been there with both my boys. So, and they have lots of discounts that they offer, and their facilities are fantastic, the lodging facilities. So I highly recommend if you're interested in a vacation to Hawaii, looking into those lodging facilities. You'll see some websites on the screen, and you will be getting these, so you don't need to type them or write them down. You'll be getting you'll be getting these at the end of the session. So installation lodging, which we're talking about, these facilities are generally designed for the member traveling on official business, and they're located mostly on bases. These facilities will usually take military families on a space available basis. You may not be able to make advanced reservations with those particular ones. Recreational facilities. They're built to serve family members. They're built to serve military families and the members for short to long getaways. They may range from a lodge to an oceanfront in Hawaii that we were talking about. Many offer rental equipment and service to that area, and you can make reservations at those ones. Resorts, first-class amenities located in popular destinations such as Disney World, and I keep talking about Hawaii, but Hawaii and areas with a large military presence, such as Japan, Korea, and Germany.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Shauna. You can usually make reservations, and you don't, but I would recommend don't travel during peak time or make reservations far in advance, and make your reservations as far in advance as possible. And rates are based on the rank and duty status. Our non-government owned hotels are managed by organizations serving the military community. Hotels such as the Marines Memorial Club in San Francisco, or the Soldiers, Sailors, Marines, Coast Guard, and Airmen clubs in New York. The service, active duty, and former members, not military facilities, but private non-profit. And I've actually stayed at a military facility in New York. It was $30 a night, and I was on a military base. I mean, it was, you know, back the decor wasn't up to date, but who cares? It was a clean bed, it was a safe environment, and it was right outside of a subway station that was able to take me to downtown to New York.
And Kim, do you have a question?
Oh, sorry, Kim?
Yes. Yes, did you ever heard, because when we went to California, at Air Travis Base or another base, they had like cottage on the beach for military, and when we called, like, oh yeah, we have a place and stuff, and when my husband has to give him like his card number, whatever, and they see that it's a foreign, they said, oh no, you're not allowed here, we're sorry.
Did you do this most recently?
Last summer.
Last summer, okay, because interesting, because I just booked cottages in Coronado for some family visiting in March. So they actually will take your foreign ID. You just need to explain to them that your husband is actually working in the States. So sometimes they think you're Canadian. These particular facilities now, since 9/11, some of them, not all the states, but some of the states are kind of strictening down on foreign military, but because you live in the States and your husband's working for United States, they will take them, but you just have to explain that to them.
Okay. Sounds good.
And if you have any issues with that, I mean, please send me an email because you know, I'd like to hear.
Yeah, I'll have my husband send you an email because he's the one that's working with them. So I don't know, I will maybe explain, but I'll have him for sure send you an email with the information, like where it was.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. And I see other Hawaii islands that don't always accept foreign military ID. So that's interesting. I mean, there may be a few that will have that issue, but my understanding from calling these facilities is that if you're working with the United States, that they will take these IDs.
Sometimes I guess it's a matter of education too, right? Like sometimes it's just educating the companies. They don't realize that they are allowed to accept them. But that's where Tammy comes in very helpful as our outreach coordinator, because she can reach out to those different facilities and make sure that we are accessing, getting access to what we are allowed to have access to.
Yeah, and I would appreciate, before anyone gets frustrated or, finds that, they're sending a family and you're hearing information that the family wasn't able to access these facilities, please let me know, because I would like to hear about it so that we can get, make sure that they're aware of the situations. And I see Kim, you have Shauna, you had a question first?
Yeah, now this was quite a few years ago. When we were up in Alaska, we flew down to Florida, and we had booked into accommodations at Patrick Air Force Base. So it was right near Cocoa Beach and I guess Cape Canaveral and all of that. And when we got to the base, they took our ID, and the gate guard said, no, you can't come on. So we actually went into the, the security forces. And I guess what we were told then is a wing commander can actually decide no foreign military can come in. I don't know if that's still the case. That was probably back in 2005, 2006, which kind of surprised me because, yeah, we had, and that's the security forces, they said, we used to have Canadians with their families be allowed, but maybe it was some anti-Canadian wing commander or something. He thought we were going to throw Putin at him with a hockey stick. I don't know. But, yeah, there's some of that. So there may be some bases where the wing commander just does not let any foreign people in, which is kind of silly if it's in a really high tourist area. But anyways. So,
right.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. And,
no problem.
It's good to know that there may be some places that may say, sorry, no, we don't accept those. But I think, when you were able to explain, well, actually,
Kate.
so I think, it's worth it to be such a rude word. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, maybe that too. I don't know. But
sorry.
But no worries. This is all part of the virtual classroom. So I'd love to feel this energy. But I think that this is all like the educational piece that we just got to keep, talking with our fleet, our fleet centers across the country and making them aware that we are here, that foreigners are in their country and who and what we do kind of thing. I think once that education piece is out there, they'll get more and more familiar with us coming and using their facilities because they want us to use their facilities. Barb, I see a question. Or Kim, sorry, was it Kim? Kim, please, sorry.
The worst thing I saw was this summer we got refused access to state parks. The state parks are supposed to be free for military, and they actually refused us to get that military free pass. They were like, you have a blue line on your card, you're paying full price to get in, and we were like, what? Like, we couldn't believe it. Like, it's a state park. Like, they know all the military here, and it's a big base, right? So.
Right. Wow. Interesting. There may be some that I'd be interested to know the ones that you're finding. So if you could send me a list of those, I'd appreciate that. And Barb.
Hi. Sorry, I'm late. I was out at Peterson. I just got back in. But I think with this kind of a thing, when we're marketing the places in our newsletters and stuff like that, it wouldn't hurt to just put a bit of a caveat line for some of these things, which is exactly what you've been talking about. We should be able to get into these places. If you're having trouble, give me a call, and just sort of managing the expectations so people don't get frustrated if they call and it's like it's out of space. If we, when we're promoting the locations of these opportunities, that we always have just a little line saying, not everybody's educated on this. If you have a problem, let us know. And absolutely go back to Tammy because she can follow up with them and clarify whether it really is a situation of people not knowing or not.
Great point, Barb. So thanks for that. I appreciate that. Okay. No other questions? Barb, did you have another question or?
No, I'm just slow on the uptake.
Okay. Didn't want to be moving along if there were some more questions. So lodging facilities are all around the world, and you'll see a few of the top spots I found that families like to visit listed. So I'll have Joanna share the Military Lodging website with you now. So the Military One resource.
All right, give me 1 second to open up my
Thanks,
browser.
Joanna.
Okay.
Great. So this is a fantastic resource, this Military One resource. I can't say enough about it, where I find lots of information, and I like to direct families to this website as well. So you'll see using military lodging facilities for leisure travel. So we're going to scroll right to the very bottom, Joanna. Right, so where it says, excellent, view directory. Where it says view a directory of installations, you're going to click on the left-hand side, click that. Then it will bring you up to Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force. So you pick which branch you're interested in staying in. We'll say Navy. Okay, and then we'll go down to, let's say, Florida, Pensacola, Florida. On the left-hand side, you'll see Florida. And then select a program or service. So, okay. And it comes up to your Naval Air Station, Pensacola, Florida. And this will give you all the information about this installation facility. And over to the right-hand side, you'll see, if you scroll down, you're going to find the MWR. Okay, right here, yeah, Morale, Welfare, and Recreation. You're going to go to the website on the left. And this will give you all the information from the MWR, Pensacola, Florida. You're going to go down to lodging on the far right, Navy Gateway Inn and Suites. And this is the Gateway Inn and Suites website with their address, phone number, hours, and their website. And if you're going to make reservations. We have another short little, Joanna's going to show a quick video of the Gateway Inn and Suites.
All right, 1 second while I load this up. So everybody, I'm going to be sharing a YouTube video with you. So when I share that video, it's going to pop up on your screen. I just ask that you mute yourself so that we're not getting feedback from your speakers while we're playing the video. And once it starts playing, if there happens to be an ad, you can click on skip ad. But other than that, just let it play naturally. And then when you're finished, if you could just give me a green check so that we know that everybody has had a chance to watch the entire video. And then Shauna, just a reminder for you, since you're on a Mac computer, to before you give me that green check, hit either pause or stop on your video and then give me your green check. All right, everybody, I'll be sharing that with you now. And Tammy, just make sure you are muted as well.
We're not seeing the video, just so you know.
Is everybody not seeing the video? Give me a green check if you're seeing the video.
Oh, it's just me.
Yeah, interesting, Barb. I don't know why.
Never mind. Carry on.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Remember to give me a green check when you are done watching the video. So Kim and Tammy. Thanks, Barb, even though you didn't see it. And Kim, is yours going still?
Oh, it's too bad that Barb wasn't able to see it.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Did you hear it at all, Barb, or anything?
No, nothing came up at all.
Or
not to worry.
Would you happen to, just curious, would you happen to be on an iPad or a tablet or? Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, we won't troubleshoot that now, but thank you, and we'll see. We have one more YouTube video that we're going to be sharing in a few minutes. Let me know if that one does the same thing too. Thank you. Go ahead, Tammy.
Okay, great. So Joanna, if you'd like to share the Armed Forces Vacation Club video, if we wanted to share that now, or?
All right, yeah, no problem. So we'll just be doing the exact same thing. If everybody just wants to remute themselves, and same directions, just watch it as it goes. Barb, just when you get started, if you don't hear anything or see anything, give me a red check, just so I know you're not seeing it. And everybody else, just give me a green check then when you have returned. And just a green check when you're done. Let's wait for Kim here.
Sorry.
That's okay. Kim, just remember green check when you're finished watching.
A little bit of background noise. Sorry about that, Barb. I'm not sure how to troubleshoot that.
That's okay. We'll get that figured out after the session. No problem. Thanks, everyone. All right, go ahead, Tammy.
Hey, thanks, Joanna, for sharing those videos. So you may have noticed in the last video it talked about being U.S. military in there. So you can actually access the Armed Forces Vacation Club with the CF1 card now because they're partnered. So I wanted to put that point in there. Has anyone been to any of these places or used any of these facilities so far? You give me a green check if you have. Oh, Shauna?
Yeah, I've been everywhere, man. We stayed at the Seward Resort in Alaska, a couple of other places in Alaska when we were up there, and maybe a couple of other ones, but, you know, they all start to, yeah. Sorry, what was that?
Were you pleased with with the lodging facilities, or?
Yeah, it was, we were again camping, but they had a really nice big lodge, and this may sound like it's a theme to me, but they had a nice bar. And yeah, it was really nice, a fantastic facility, so yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Kim, you have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering if anybody knows if they have a base or something like Highland, because I have a couple here that it's their dream to go there and they want to go before they move next summer. I was just wondering if any of you guys know if there's this kind of services offered there.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can certainly look into it and get back to you.
That would be awesome. I'm sure they would appreciate, because I know they're trying to save money because they have to buy a house when they go back home and stuff. So that would be good.
Yeah, I will definitely do that for you, Kim. Great question. And Barb?
And I apologize if you've covered this either before or you're going to after this slide, but the MFS in Europe also, through PSP, has a chalet program, and it would be probably a good idea, Tammy, to connect with them. Is Margaret on the line?
Margaret's not on the line today. She's away.
Okay. Because Margaret would certainly have awareness of how that all works, but they have quite an extensive chalet program, so family members who are over there can use it. I don't know whether as OutCan we have the same access, but it's worth looking into, and certainly any question like Kim just had, they may have answers to that too. So Margaret would be aware of what that program is all about because she used to do outreach in Europe. But we should connect up with a MFS program in Europe to get that figured out as well and see what we can, how we might be able to utilize some of that.
Great. Great. Well, thanks for that, Barb, and I will connect with Margaret and get back to Kim with that information. As I was saying earlier, I'll be forwarding everyone a copy of the websites that you see on the screen and a PDF of the best kept secrets and places to vacation, like campsites, cottages, from state to state. There'll be a state to state listing that will be very helpful. So planning your vacation by doing your research and finding the right fit for your family. Call or email to make sure that there is space. Use your MWR, your CF1 card, military appreciation sites, military branch websites, Navy lodges, Air Force sites, Marine Corps, etc. So doing your research. Find the best time to go that is not high traffic. And I recommend, and I see that most of the participants in today are in the U.S., but so if you are on an OutCan, we are all aware of our travel allowance. So remember to keep those receipts all in one vacation spreadsheet and keep them in a folder so that when you travel, you have everything up to date, and when you come home, you can put those in your spreadsheet so that at the end of your OutCan, you're not rushing around trying to tally up your expenses. So I highly recommend that. And then also enjoy your family time, most important. Is there anything that anyone would like to add that they've used while planning for their vacation that I've not touched on? So please raise your hand. No, okay. Okay.
Kim?
Barb, sorry, I keep forgetting the 1, 2, 3s on my, so Kim. You had a question?
Yeah, just one trick is we started to do that in the community. I get people when they go on a trip to send me back like a report, and I usually put the link in the newsletter. And so far, it's been the most helpful thing is to see what other people experience were and from it. So that's something very interesting.
Very good point, Kim. And Barb.
I was going to actually make the same point. I think it's, you know, it's the word of mouth stuff that really helps to promote some of these things, because people aren't always comfortable going to places or whatever, and if they know that somebody else has had a good experience, that's great. There was actually a program in Europe, in Naples, which I have pictures of that I've been meaning to try to talk about implementing, and I was going to bring it up in Colorado Springs this year, but it's called I think it's called the vacation or the travel quilt, and they have a template that allows people to put in pictures, and they have specific questions around the actual experience. So it's a bit of an evaluation of the place, but it's kind of in a fun way. And what they do there, because they have quite a large facility in Geilenkirchen, they are in Naples. I mean, they use up a whole bulletin board where they have what looks like a quilt, right, of paper, 8.5 by 11 squares that have all of these different locations people have gone to, and answers all of these consistent questions. So people just, you know, if they're comfortable doing that, they can fill it out, and it gets shared with everybody. So I'm sure there's a format that we can consider using that would make it really simple for somebody just to fill in the blanks kind of thing, and maybe throw in a picture just to help people get a sense of what a location might be like. So absolutely taking on Kim's comments and expanding that in terms of a national way to do that could be helpful. So I'll share that when we're in Colorado Springs.
That's a great idea, actually. I like that, and it you know, with the national newsletter, it would be a great platform as well to advertise. You know, allowing families to post their photos and their experiences so that all can see them. I just wanted to share one. I've had a lot of families actually visit over the last year here in San Diego, and so you can get a 4-day. I know we talked about Disney. It's not all about Disney. There's a lot more beautiful things than Disney, because I don't quite like Disney, as I said. But you can get. I've had 4-day park hoppers. You can get them in Florida for $177, and Canadians can access those. Also here in California, I've gotten the 3-day park hoppers, $132, and for $100, we stayed at the Disney Resort. We stayed in March with families that have visited, and as I said, those 3 days, and they don't have to be 3 consecutive days, for $132 US. So that's pretty reasonable. With the Ways of Honor Military Salute program, you can access SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. And the Armed Forces Salute program, as I said, the Disney Salute or two Heroes program are also great for families who are interested in traveling to those Disney resorts. Joanna, you had a question?
So something that you might consider is for future virtual sessions, you know, offering virtual sessions about specific locations. When you know that you've had a lot of family members go to Disney, having a specific virtual session where they come in and share their experiences, share their discount places, share, you know, their best experiences, where they recommend going, why, etc. So that's a great way to bring families in on this as well, is by breaking it down into actual specific locations, so that you can, if somebody's interested in traveling to Disney or traveling to Europe or what have you, they can come in and ask questions. What was it like? What did you like best? What didn't you like? Where did you save money, etc.
Good point. Thanks, Joanna. Move right along. So we'll wrap it up. So anyone have any questions, comments? What was your aha moments today? Maybe it was using the virtual tools or some of the destinations you learned that have cabins for rent for your family. You want to raise your hand if anyone has any questions, comments. I see Shauna. Yes, Shauna.
I think the that whole where you can stay for $349 a week at some of these resorts, and just how much stuff there is out there. I mean, I've known obviously some of the stuff, we've utilized it in times past, but I guess I had no idea the scope of it. So I think it's a great resource for families, and I think it'd be really good, not that I'm, trying to push it, but if you wanted to do stuff like this, even if we had a bunch of family members in each location who wanted to listen to your presentation, I think that'd be really handy for them, especially when they first get here and have all that VTA burning a hole in their pocket.
Exactly. Well, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
I think it would be great.
Excellent. We'll be in touch with you, Shauna.
All right.
Barb? Thanks.
Just a question around access. One of the things I've discovered being down here is that sometimes, because I'm a civilian, I'm not military, I don't have access to some of these things. I mean, I can't get a CAT card, I can't go on a base other than with my D&D ID, which sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So something we may want to do along the way is vet out, other types of individuals that are down here as we start to roll this out a little more extensively. I'm thinking diplomats, I'm thinking contractors, I'm thinking other people who are down here specifically because of the CF, but do they have the same access? Because again, it's managing expectations, right?
Absolutely. And that's a valid point, and we certainly don't want to be saying everyone can use these facilities if someone cannot. We don't want to be causing frustrations for people. I do know that the families that I've had here in San Diego, I've had about 10 different families from Canada since I've been here for 1 year, and I have the next few months booked as well. The families that I have coming, their spouse is a military member, and the families themselves, so they have Canadian military ID. So I can purchase the tickets, and for instance, when we go to Disney, I have to be there on day 1 of the trip, but the rest of the 2 days, I do not. They get an ID card, and they can go in and access, and a lot of the other facilities here in California as well, you have to be able to, the military member or the spouse with the DERS card or the CAT card has to be there to sign in.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. So I'd like to thank my partner for the help and keeping me on target. I'm about a few minutes over time here, I see, but I'd like to, I appreciate all the feedback from everyone. It's great, and thank you for all joining in today. I hope that the information that I shared today will be a tool you can use for the next family travels, and that you will get your CF1 card if you haven't already. And I hope I've shown you some sites to help you save money. And so now I'm going to share a document with links to everyone that logged in today, giving the websites of the places we talked about. When the file transfer box pops up in your screen, I'll load a document into it, and you're going to simply click on the name of the document and then click on the download and save it to your computer. Okay.
I like that, Kim. Kim says that that's why you're tired of Disney, Tammy, because you're taking people there all the time. And let me know if you need. Kim,
I see that. Exactly. I see that there. Yeah. Now, Joanna, do you have the document to share?
I do. So let me
because I'm on another computer, on my PC, not my Mac.
I have the Word document that you shared with me.
Yes.
So I'll share that. No problem.
Thank you, Joanna.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, everyone, to locate it. All right, so now in your file transfer box, you should all see the name MFS Travel Links. Just click on that name, and it'll blue highlight it, and then just click on the word download, and then give us a green check when you finish downloading it. And Tammy is such a great resource of finding just every link you can imagine for our families and for us as employees. And so she's just a great resource. So give me a green check when you finish downloading, and I'll close up the box. Tammy, I'll just assume you're a great check.
Right, yes.
And Valerie? I know Valerie had stepped away for a second, so Valerie, are you back? I just want to check because I know you were away for a minute.
Yeah, let's wait for Valerie.
Hello, Valerie. You're muted. If you're trying to talk, you'd have to unmute. Okay, she may have stepped away, so I'm just going to go ahead and close that out so that we can continue, and we can just follow up with Valerie afterwards. Tammy, if you don't mind, you can send that to her later.
Absolutely. I can send that to Valerie.
All right. And then moving on
Okay.
to survey.
Great. Thanks. So Joanna will be sharing a small evaluation at the end of this presentation. So if you could take the time to give your feedback, I'd appreciate it. It allows for improvement of our future sessions. And if you have any additional questions about traveling, please feel free to contact me at the email listed on the slide. And thanks again, everyone, for coming today. I know it's a busy time of year for everyone. School starting, summer vacations just ending, or maybe some getting ready to go on vacation. So I appreciate your time and your support in my project. Have a great day.
All right.
Thank you.
So
Do you want us to do the survey right now?
I do. That's what I was just going to say. If everybody wants to, well, first, let's give her a round of applause.
Yeah.
Great final project, Tammy. It's good information, and I know you put in a lot of hard work this summer to get ready for our final presentation today, so thank you for that. Everybody, you can find a short SurveyMonkey link in the chat box. It's about 4 chats up. If you click on that link, it will open SurveyMonkey in a separate browser window, so you can open it and then you can X out of WebEx and still have access to the SurveyMonkey. We do really appreciate you coming today and supporting Tammy.